Welcome, seriously welcome to a John Legg fragrance review. You know what, I'm so pleased you've come to this channel. I'm grateful and I'm honoured, and if you would consider a cheeky little thumbs up and a subscription, it would be my honour and my privilege, so thank you very much. Right, remember a few months ago now I set myself a challenge of £15 floor limit. Under £15, find a fragrance which is good. And you know what? Over the months, I've actually hit on some really good fragrances. I've become a little bit of a fan of Lattafa perfumes. They're made in the United Arab Emirates. And I was expecting when I first ordered it to be that typical sort of oily, oady, Arabic sort of fragrance. But the ones that I've ordered have seriously not turned out to be those. They've turned out to be some wow fragrances. And in particular, I've been looking at the ABIYEDH range of Lattafa perfumes. I ordered the Rouge, I ordered the original, and both of those have wowed me. And there was another one called Leather. So I ordered it because I was thinking, you know what, you like the other two, you must like this one. I believe it cost me £13 and something like 49 pence. £13, 49 pence. eBay with the postage, so it was under my £15 limit, so I was chuffed, and it came through, and here she is. So it's the ABIYEDH, and it's the one called Leather Eau de Parfum. Remember, these are 60ml. Okay, so they're not the 400ml, but even so, for £13.50, these are absolute gems. So here it is, got the big glass bottom, and have we got that the right way around? What a donkey. There we go, get it the right way around so you can read the Arabic, and there you go, ABIYEDH Leather. Okay, so came through, it all looked good. It looked very similar to the other two bottles, so I got it and I sprayed it, and I was like, okay. Okay, this one actually helped me to discover something about myself and the way I smell and appreciate notes. Okay, I've got to be perfectly honest with you. I'll tell you from the start, I am not a massive fan of this. However, it does redeem itself in terms of, excuse me, its performance. It's got me. It's actually got me, this thing has. Right, it gets you by the neck and it absolutely strangles you with fragrance. Right, now, I'm going to say I wasn't quite expecting it to be so pungent leather. And you're going to go, okay, you donkey, it's called leather. It's going to be leather. All right, I really didn't think it was going to be. I mean, there's leather in Paco Rabanne 1 million. There's leather, say, for example, in Armani Code Perfumo. And those fragrances I love, but this one I've discovered I'm not a massive fan of something where the leather is actually right up the front and it's punching it in the face. I prefer, oh man, this has seriously got me, this one has. Excuse me. This is a leather dominant fragrance, as the name suggests. Let me tell you about the other notes in there. Right, now, someone else kindly helped me in a description of this, and they said it was a little bit like stinging nettles. Okay, now, they're actually right. It is. There's a real pungent leather, there's a tiny little bit of spice, and there's a tiny little bit of floral, and overall it smells like leather and stinging nettles. I don't know if I'm describing this right for you, but I actually agree with what they said when they first smelt it. Now, it's ridiculously strong, and I've actually had it last all day, and continually I was assaulted by this leather-based fragrance. Right, so in terms of performance, this thing's off the scale. In fact, for £13.50, it's an absolute power monster, if that's a phrase. So, right, the leather for me is a slightly raw kind of, all right, Let me be honest with you. You know when you get into a new car and it's got leather seats and you get that nice sort of new car leather seat smell? It's not that. In fact, my brain's working like this. When you see leather and you've got like a smooth side of leather, which has been the treated, the beaded side, whatever, the prepared side, and then you turn it over and it's almost got like hairiness to it. This is the backside of leather, if you were. And it's like, all right, it's kind of like horse saddle leather. And when I said that to someone, they went, who works with horses, they went, yes, Leggy, you're right, it is. It's raw leather that's made into like a horse saddle. It's that strong. And I tell you what, I'm absolutely overpowered with this, and I put like one spray on my arm. So, would I recommend it? If you like a very dominant leather note, which is nicely done because it really is, I mean, okay, I guess it's synthetic leather, but it really convinces you that it's raw, upbeat leather sort of thing, with a tiny bit of floral and a tiny little bit of spices, then this is maybe a good fragrance for you because you will not fault the performance. But if you're like me and you kind of like leather, but as a supporting note or as a bass note or as just something there in the background, this isn't for you. Okay, what sort of age group could wear this? It's not a teenage fragrance, it's more of an older guy sort of fragrance. I think, as far as I'm aware, it's marketed as unisex. Excuse me, this has got me seriously. As far as I'm aware, it is marketed as unisex. Can't particularly picture a woman wanting to wear it. It's more of a biker kind of old guy, the old gringo sort of guy on his Harley sort of thing. This would be ideal for him. So, there you go, an open, honest review. Personally, I'm actually going to sell this on because I couldn't live with this fragrance. I couldn't deal with it. But if you like leather, you will love this fragrance. So, if you'd kindly give me a thumbs up, if you'd kindly subscribe, I'd be grateful, I'd be honoured. And I'd like you to stay safe, stay happy, spray fragrance every day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.